Good day, learners! Kumusta ang Christmas and New Year nyo? I hope you enjoy it. And now, let's move on sa New Year and Christmas natin. Let's welcome the third quarter for the school year. And for the third quarter is our subject is all about introduction to world religion and belief system. So now welcome to the introduction to world religion and belief system class. So before we start, I hope that you are the most in your most comfortable learning spot. So now let's begin. To understand the nature of religion, it requires knowledge and appreciation of the way it adherent relate belief and practices to supremely important beings. It gives life of basic grounds that hold together believers into appraising the frequent questions that emanate that life and death of our love and hate, and why or how person desires for spiritual inspiration that characterize the human condition. This lesson will guide you and help you understand with the depth and nuance the concept of belief system, worldview, spirituality, and religion that move the person to appreciate that contemporary world he is living. So the lesson 1 in introduction toward religion and belief system is belief system, worldview, religion, and spirituality. So at the end of this lesson, you should be able to differentiate the concept, elements, and characteristics of belief system, worldview, religion, and spirituality. So, do you believe that the Word of God is encapsulated in the Bible? When you exercise your right to suffrage, do you register in accordance to your political affiliation? When it comes to our common humanity, do you believe that we are selfless or selfish by birth? These are all substantial precedents or questions that lead to different types of belief system. So, what do we mean by belief system? Okay, so a belief system is an ideology or set of principles that help us to interpret or our everyday reality. This could be in the form of political affiliation, philosophy, religion, or spirituality, among many other things. These beliefs are influenced and shaped by a number of varied factors like our knowledge in a certain topic, the way we nurture or raise, and even peer pressure from others help us to create and even change our belief system. The conviction that comes from this system are a way for us to make sure of the world around us and to define a rule within it. Belief system, therefore, are the stories we'll tell ourselves or the ideas we hold that define our personal sense of reality. Reality, similar to the belief system worldview. Worldview is the important concept that you need to know. Worldview tries to explain and interpret reality, history, and civilization. This is the collection of belief about life in universe being held by people. As we all know, every individual perceive and interpret the world differently from one another. That simply means that there variation of diversity among us. The upbringing and social environment are critical in the growth of a religious life. All these factors of an impact on how people arrange their belief and ideas will eventually creating a complete narrative through each day, see, and live with the word. There are varied elements of belief system and how each one relates to a particular world view. First one is we have agnosticism. Agnosticism, it is a belief that God is unknown and unknowable. For the agnostics, They denied the possibility for man to acquire knowledge about God. Atheism, on the other hand, is the disbelief in God or other supernatural beings. For the atheism, they denied existence of God. Next is monism. Monism is a philosophical worldview in which all of the reality can be reduced to one thing or essence. It asserts that there is no genuine distinction between God and the universe. Out of this, the implication can be derived. First is it contains that God is dwelling in the universe as part of it. Second, the universe does not exist at all as a reality but only a manifestation of phenomenon of God. Next, we have monotheism. Mono means single, is the faith in a single or powerful God. It adheres the belief in the existing of one God as a creative source of human race and the world who transcends yet is eminent in the world. Often, this word is used as a synonym to theism. Example of monotheism religion includes Judaism in Abraham, Christianity, and Islam. Polytheism, poly means many, thus it acknowledges the many principle God wherein no one is supreme, meaning they have equal footing, example of which are the ancient religion of Egypt, Greece, and Rome, where people adore a number of personal gods. I know that you are familiar with the world religion. You can at least give different meaning based on your own understanding. So, religion is defined as the relationship between humans and that which they regard as holy, sacred, absolute, spiritual, divine, or worthy of special reverence. The term religion rooted from a Latin word religio, which means to something done with over anxious or scrupulous attention to detail. It also refers to an expression of proper piety which is binding to God. Later, it was then used to designate formal belief system and tenets. Most religion highlight the relationship between the individual and the divine, particularly deities, God, or supreme beings. Other naturalistic and humanistic religion give importance relationship between the person and the border community and nature. How do we know that we are following a certain type of religion? So here are the common characteristics of religion. First, the belief of the community about deity. This is deity's relationship to the world, whether you believe in one or many gods. Second, the way in which the community worship deity. This is the action exhibited showing praise and practices like kneeling or making a sign of a cross. Third, the belief of the community about a deity's relationship with the world. This is the moment to recognize that there is indeed God and gods to believe in. Fourth, the rules which the community follows as a result of beliefs. These are important practices passed on by the religion to each followers or adherents. Example of which are the Ten Commandments in Christianity and the five pillar for Islam. Fifth is the places and people which the community believes to be holy and sacred. The question of who are considered holy people and what are the sacred places in religion. Certain name of people such as Allah in Islam, Jesus Christ in Christianity, and of course the places of worship like churches and synagogue considered holy to his followers. One religion refers to any set of attitude, belief, and practices concerning a supernatural power. So there are two related terms that you are need to understand: theology and philosophy of religion. When we say theology, it involves the systematic study of the existence of nature of the divine. It is the branch of study that deals with religious faith, practices, and experience, especially the study of God and God's relations to the world. In short, theology is a systematic formulation of religions in belief, while philosophy of religion deals with the meaning and nature of religion. It may involve the study of concepts and belief system of the religion that includes the prior phenomenon of religious experience and activity of worship and meditation on which this belief system rests, out of which they have originated. So, be guided with the following criteria to distinguish religion from other basic belief systems. So first, they often deal with people relationship to the unseen world of spirit, gods, goddesses, relationship to the unseen world of spirit, god, goddesses, demons, and deities. Second, they have developed a system of myth about the unseen world and formal rituals designed for communing with or propitiating the spirit. Third, they have developed a cult of organized rituals, priests, scriptures, and temples. Fourth, they have statement, tenets, and dogmas about life after death, such as heaven, hell, reincarnation, and the like. And fifth, they have attracted large following from the past and present. So to recap, you've already familiarized yourself to the concept and belief system, worldview, and religion. There are different characteristics and elements. Now, the important concept that you need to understand is refers to something the person can have without being implicated in the ambivalent complexity of human societies and institutions. For many years, people have been searching and learning to understand people of life and how the universe operate. It is derived from the Latin word spiritus. They it it is derived from the Latin word spiritus. Its verb root is sperare, which means to breathe literally. Literally, it is a process of reformation that aims to regain the authenticity of man designed with the image of God. This is actually the quality of men that have concern with the human spirit or soul. As opposed to materials of physical things, there are people who do not believe in religion, but maybe they can consider themselves as someone who are as spiritual because they gave towards and concern in developing their inner self, not just the physical attribute but the spirits or souls. There are four elements of spirituality. This includes first, a search for meaning and purpose in life. This means engaging the questions about what life is all about and why I was born. What is my quest purpose? Second is a desire To attain knowledge regarding the sacred, remember the part of your spirituality is the quest for God. Then third is a holistic or fully integrated view of life. People who do not just consider themselves strong but also mentally and spiritually. Self-venture and productive activities as to write in then, thought, and composing of songs. And fourth, self-reflective existence. And they are people who are thinker and would love to seek answers. Again, take note take note that spirituality is a broad of concept for a room of many perspective. People may describe spiritual experience as sacred or transcendence or simply a deep sense of liveness and interconnectedness. So here are the key points of our discussion. Religions are often viewed as a set of ideas practiced and followed by organized groups, while spirituality can be manifested in a number of ways, like a person may believe in the presence of an overwhelming power greater than oneself, or perhaps a person can be fully mindful of one's purpose in life. One may achieve contentment, inner peace, and satisfaction in life that are truly independent of perceived and beliefs being imposed by organized religion on these followers. One selfish and compassionate individual is a person of spirituality. In this lesson, you have learned about belief system, worldview, religion, and spirituality, their characteristics and elements that will help you understand further on how humans carry on their endless quest to discover explanation and meaning of everyday life that corresponds to the world they are living. So that's all for our lesson 1 class. I hope you have learned something. If you have a question or clarification, you can send it to my messenger, or you can ask it in our GC. So thank you and keep safe.